Hello, Pavithra. A very good evening to you.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Hi, ma'am.
Hi. So, how are you, Pavithra?
I'm good, ma'am. Appreciate.
Okay. So, first of all, many congratulations on clearing this exam.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
So, as the starting part of the success story session, I would request you that please tell our audience something about yourself. Where do you belong to? How your childhood have been like? What is your academic background? Please let us know something about you.
Okay, ma'am. Actually, my name is Pavithra, and I belong to Kanyakumari district of Tamil Nadu, like which is the southernmost corner of India. And my father, he is an ex-serviceman, and my mother, like she's the homemaker. Everything she manages. Like when father is in army, she is the one who does everything. And I did my schooling in my native place itself. A few years in Bangalore, where my father did service at that time. And after that, I did my graduation in Agriculture College and Research Institute, Kilikulam. And thereafter, I pursued my master's in Indian Agriculture Research Institute, New Delhi. During my college days, I mean, in my school days, my family was like, studies, these are the first and foremost thing you have to concentrate, and other things are rest. And like that, they have this type of thinking, so that this is the first priority they give to. Whatever thing we ask, no, there is hell no. And whatever thing we ask for studies, like books or anything, there is always yes. So it carry out all those life. Ma'am, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah. Sorry, I was muted. So, actually, so your family background has always been oriented towards studies only.
Yes, ma'am, yes.
And how you were as a student, like from starting, how you were as a student, like very academically oriented.
Actually, yes. Because I'm the first child from my mother's side. Like I'm the first one, and thereafter my sisters and cousins they will follow. So every part they will like be like your sister. Like I will be pointed out. So
Yeah.
there will be some obligation also. And
Mm.
initially it was hesitant, but after that I loved it actually. And so in academics I was doing well, and then 10th and 12th I secured some good marks and be a school first, I think.
Okay. So you were that good girl of your family.
Not that good girl, but we can take.
Okay. So once you did your BSc and then MSc, so when did you came to know about NABARD and when you started preparing for NABARD?
Ma'am, in my post graduation, final year of my post graduation, one of my senior introduced me like the NABARD opening will be every day, every year it will be, and it is a good job. So till then I am aware of RPA, but not much about NABARD. Like the existence of NABARD I know, but the job about NABARD that's not bit aware. And after that, I thought of preparing NABARD because it is much oriented to agriculture and I'm more connected to it. So the
Hmm.
first year the preparation, like I don't know the demand of exam, what it demand and how much preparation we need to make and how much effort we need to make. I simply go and write the exam like, okay, exam, it will be easy and it will be easy to crack. So the prelims got clear, and then we will be having the much higher confidence. Okay, the exams were so easy, and but the mains didn't get clear. So that is the point of revelation that exams were not easy, and the jobs market is so tough. We have to work on it. So thereafter, there were many exams. At the event, I got a, PhD seat in NDRI also. So, but I have to choose like whether to prepare for exams or whether to concentrate full on PhD because I love economics also. I'm masters in economics. So that is one my most lovable part, and I want job also. So deciding between these two, I prefer job. And in the meantime, I prepared for NABARD also, like other stuff and other exams also. I got into FCA as AG3 FCA, and last year I did NABARD exam and get into waiting list, but couldn't get into main list for some reason. And this year I'm making the NABARD.
Okay, so this is your third attempt at NABARD, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay, and you are also working as an FCI AG3 technical, right?
yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so after you started preparing for your NABARD examination, so let's talk about the strategy. So how did you manage everything? What were the sources and strategy. So first of all, let's talk about the quant, reasoning, English, computer knowledge, and decision making subject. Most of the people who are from agriculture background face difficulty in these subjects only because since maths is not there in 11th and 12th, so they lose a touch with it. So how did you ensure that you are doing well in these subjects?
Okay, the most important thing is I'm not that well-to-do person in this quant reasoning distinction, but an average. I will keep some good marks in that. So during my FC preparation, I used to go through some of the basic YouTube videos, and I have learned about like English. Most of the I will keep some good marks in English, and in terms of reasoning, I'm okay. I'm much above average person only. Actually, the reasoning part, most of the questions will be easy, but we have to do bit time. And I will attempt question like that, the coding, decoding. So the questions which were easy, maybe it will take bit time, but the answer we get will be sure enough. And the same with respect to quants. Even though I know the strategy, like, but it will take much more time. So the
Hmm.
data interpretation and the simplification and the approximation, these are some sort of definite answers there will be. So I used to
Hmm.
attempt like that, and I used to make sure if the previous year cutoff is 5 for quants, at least the 8 should be correct for me. So I used to
Hmm.
maintain that. And
Okay.
for computer awareness, I think I have gone through Arihan.
Arihant
It was
Publications book.
yes,
Yeah. And how you have prepared for the decision making part?
decision making part, online notes from EduTap and other websites also, and it was helpful. And the Telegram multiple choice questions from EduTap will be there, like 100 questions last year and previous year. So when we search means we will get, and those were really helpful for me.
Okay, the 50 questions and top 100 questions PDFs which were shared, so that were
Yes,
helpful for you. Okay,
yes,
now
yes.
coming to the ARD part. So how you prepared the ARD for phase one and phase two?
Agriculture is something like my background is from agriculture, and it was not that difficult for me, but it
Hmm.
doesn't mean we don't need to prepare. From for my masters, we have to go through general agriculture part, and at that
Hmm.
time we have gone through Nimrod Sundar book, and the other name is Nimrod Sundar book, and another one objective book is there, Kantua book. His name is
Hmm.
Kantua, and following that, I have gone through this IRA toppers notes, Agri Coaching Chandigarh notes, even EduTap notes I have gone through. And the other materials, what are the materials? Agri materials, like college notes will be there, UG notes will be there. I have collected it from my juniors and I have gone through that also. And in most of the part, it will be like we will referring multiple notes from multiple sources, and it will be like some sort of revision. Each time we are doing some sort of revision, and we are learning some more things in between also. So it was
Hmm.
somewhat easy for me comparing to ESI.
Okay, so this is how you must have prepared the objective part. What about the descriptive part of ARD? How you have prepared the descriptive ARD? How you have collected the fodder material for the phase two ARD?
Yes, yes, ma'am. That's the nice question. The first thing is in every subject, whether it be agronomy, economics, or extension, there will be some basic questions like what are the potential, what are the objectives, and when it comes to animal husbandry, like some important points will be like crossbreeding, artificial insemination, embryo transfer. What are these like? So these are some standard questions which we can outline. I will
Hmm.
make an outline for this question and I will prepare accordingly based on my UG notes. There will
Hmm.
be some UG descriptive notes will be there. I will prepare accordingly for this set of standard questions. And but most of the question will be of recent nature, like what is happening in recent food processing sector, post-harvest technology. For that,
Hmm.
newspaper reading, especially the middle page, editorial page will be helpful. And the two magazines, Yojana and Kurukshetra, uh, the, it will give a lot more insights regarding what is going on, what are the technologies recently updated, and where government is concentrating. This will give more insights, ma'am. And PAB.
Hmm.
PAB, from PAB and economic survey, we can get an idea about like what are the things government is concentrating, and this may be asked in exam.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
will prepare, make questions accordingly, and I will prepare accordingly. In some point, ChatGPT also helped me to draft the essay.
Okay, so that was again a nice strategy to prepare for as far as the fodder material is concerned. Now, coming to the ESI part, so how you managed to prepare the ESI?
And for ESA part, I used to go through PAB. Actually, the PAB is the most trusted, reliable, and the most important source. Much of the question will be from PAB, either it's James report and recent strategies also. So the month of February, where this actually Jan 31st and February 1st. Budget will follow board. So these two
Hmm.
are the most important thing. That thing also we can collect from PAB itself because
Hmm.
it will give some detailed outlay. And if the exam will fall in September means I will more concentrate on last 4 months PAB.
Hmm.
Like if the exam
May,
will be
June,
on
July, and
August 1st
August.
means July,
Hmm.
yes. This 4 months PAB is most important and I have to go through each and every part, especially the most important ministries like agriculture, animal husbandry, food processing technology, commerce, let it be commerce, um, rural development, social justice and empowerment, the most associated ministries which are affecting the common people, like which have some impact on the common people, will be most important. And following PAB, schemes and reports are the most important. For schemes
Hmm.
and reports, I referred EduTap notes now. Like in 2023, I have bought one crash course like for 3 months or 6 months. So
Hmm.
where notes only will be available, and I have gone through schemes and report notes from EduTap, actually, which was really helpful. And this time, some scheme material I got it from a friend. Actually, she bought for herself, but she shared to me. And these two notes were really helpful for me, especially reports. It will be difficult to collect from much of the sources, and it will
Hmm.
be consolidated in a single source in editor, and it was helpful.
Okay. So, and now coming to the GA part. So, how did you prepare for the GA?
GA is like that is the my last point because last 1 month GA is the most important. What I feel based on last 2 years trend. So uh, some UPSC in YouTube, some website will be there. Like some channel will prefer last 3 months important current affairs. I have gone through that, and I have tried to control EduTap current affairs notes also, but it was a bit long, so much long. So I tried as much I could for current affairs, and mostly
Hmm.
from YouTube videos. Right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Because in based on past year trends, that the cutoff for current affairs is very less, like 1 or 2 marks. So I thought that okay, we can get into somehow with this video. So I have
Okay.
concentrated less on that.
Okay. Now, coming to the very important part, that is how you used to manage those 2 hours of your exam, because managing the paper and how you attempt the paper, the strategy for attempting the paper, and the mindset with which you are approaching the paper in the real time, that is very, very important. So, what was your paper attempting strategy? Whether you used to attempt the merit section first or the non-merit section first?
No, I used to attempt the non-merit section first now because if we
Non-merit
didn't
section
qualify
first.
for, yeah, if we didn't qualify means anyway our paper will not be corrected. So
Okay.
I will allot like 1 hour for non-merit and 1 hour for merit. So in
Okay.
this non-merit, I will go for I will split up the time like
Okay.
for 20 minutes, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes for reasoning, 20 minutes for aptitude, and in between the remaining times I have to complete all the other sections. So
Hmm.
in this 20 minutes, I have already told that I'm not that top performer in reasoning or aptitude, but I used to make sure some of most of them it will be right. So in this
Hmm.
20 minutes, I will make sure at least 8 to 10 questions I'm attempting in reasoning, at least
Hmm.
5 to 6 questions in quant. And if I make sure these are correct, I will go to rest of this. And within 1 hour, I will try to complete as much as possible, maximum
Hmm.
1 hour 5 minutes. And after
Okay.
following that, I will go to the merit section. And the merit
Okay.
section, I will try to attempt all and each and every question which I know. Like if I'm 75% sure this is right, means I will try to attempt it. But if I'm less than that, I will not. I will not touch it because there is negative point also. So what are the definitive questions? I will definitely attempt. And the 75%, like okay, this might be the answer. So I will mark for review, and I will try to sure it will be attempted.
Okay. So once your phase one was done, so now coming to the phase two part. So how you prepared for the phase two? You have already shared how you have prepared the fodder material. Now I want to ask you one thing. Like when you used to attempt the paper in the phase two, the mock tests and everything. So were you able to manage the word limit in the given amount of time, or you used to write somewhat lesser than the word limit?
Yes, ma'am. That is the most important part because we can easily attempt some objective. There will be only one definite answer. But in terms of descriptive, the drafting essay is the most important, especially from introduction to conclusion. And we have to, in the 600 word limit, we have to make sure most of the important points are getting into it. So
Hmm.
after prelims, every day I will be writing one or two essays and
Hmm.
I will try to stick within the 20 minutes. Within 20 minutes, I have to write a 600 words essay. At least I will make sure 520 I am reaching, 520 to 530. If I reach that point itself, I'm fine with it. And
Hmm.
I have in the practice session, I think I have written almost 50 essays while the preparation for mains. And in mains exam, for all the three questions, there are four questions we need to attempt. So all the three questions, I have almost reached the word limit. Two questions, I have crossed the word limit also. And for another one question, I have almost touched the word limit. And the last question, I think the two schemes was asked. In that question, my word limit was like 200 or 250 words. I couldn't
Hmm.
complete it. It doesn't mean I have managed to make sure the most important points are getting in the schemes, like what are the objectives and what are the main implications I will get there. But I couldn't make it at the word limit.
Okay.
250 I have reached in for 400 words.
Okay, fine. So this was about the phase two part majorly. Now, I want to ask you one more thing. How you used to manage to remember so much of the data? Because this is one pain point a lot of students ask me doubts about. That, ma'am, how to remember the schemes, how to remember the scientific names in the agriculture, and how to remember so many different kinds of cattle in buffalo, especially who are not from agriculture background. How to remember so much data which is there in reports. So I'm asking you this question, how you used to manage to learn and to remember so much of the data?
So, ma'am, the repetition actually works because the many people will say you have to refer crisp material and you have to see the material repeatedly. But what I will do means, like if PAB is my referring material, in single month there will be a lot of time a single scheme will be mentioned, and each time we refer that it will be like a revision. And I used to make notes also. So like what are the things are new to me, I used to write take notes. And before exam, like I will take a 10 days gap before exam, and in that period I will take revision. So the
Mm,
last minute revision is most important. At least we have to do two revisions while
mm,
preparing. The revision will automatically go. Like if you refer PAB means in one start of the month there will be mentioning of like Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, and at the end of the month will be same will be mentioned, and the next month also the same mention will be there. So there will be some sort of repetition, and it will go somewhere in our mind. It will stick to it, but it doesn't mean we will remember everything. But the last minute revision we make, that will help us to retain many of the things. So I will recommend that last 10 days we will at least leave for revision. At least the last 10 days should be for revision, only revision. That
okay.
will help actually.
All right. So that is how you used to revise, and that is something even we suggest. But I wanted to ask somebody who has cleared this exam that how do they remember the data? Because a lot of students ask us doubts regarding that. Now, before I move to your interview strategy, yesterday you were telling me like you always stick to one motto that whatever decision you take, you prove it right, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
please tell our aspirants about it, because this was something which was very inspiring for me, and I want this thing to reach to our larger audience also, about your principle of taking the decisions and proving those decisions to be right.
Yeah. Uh, like I already told them, I got PhD seat, and evening I went to the college, and I have asked my seniors, fellow students, like how it is going. Actually, it is an excellent college for PhD preparation. But the academics is strict. Like we can complete all the PhD works in 3 years, but if we are stringent enough, like we should concentrate fully on academics. And on the other hand, I have to prepare for exams, which I am dreamed of in a short term. Like
Hmm.
the output is short, the time is short. So I have to decide in the meantime whether I can go for PhD or whether I can prepare for exams. And everybody told me like, no, why are you leaving the PhD? Because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. You can be in PhD and you can also study for exams. You can't get the seat easily and you don't leave. You're making a wrong decision. But I was like, whatever the thing we do, we have to do it full of heart. Like our heart and soul should be there in the work we should do. And so I left my PhD. I mean, I didn't join. I went in the evening and I came back in the morning from the campus. I didn't join there. And the decision was so tough for me. I'm leaving my economics PhD and I'm coming for my job. So it was like for everybody, my decision was wrong. But for me, I have taken the decision for myself, and I have the same obligation. Like every time, I will tell to myself, don't make your decision wrong. Like at any one point, if you're settling, means like everybody will point out like, okay, you made one decision in one point of time, and now you are settling with this, and you have made some wrong decision, and we are setting a precedent for everybody, like my sisters, my cousins. I have told you, no, I'm the first child from my mother's family, so I will be a precedent for others also. Like your sister once take a decision and she have made it wrong, so like you can't take a decision on yourself. You have to listen to others also completely. So, and I have thought that I want to prove myself also. I have taken the decision right. So whatever the struggles come within, I was telling myself, no, what in each, if you stop now, your decision will go wrong. But so don't stop. Whatever the struggles you are facing, let's face it and make sure your decision stand right at one point of time. But
Okay.
it didn't happen within a year. It takes 1.5 years by the time.
Okay, so again, that was very inspiring. And this is one thing I would like to convey to all the aspirants, that you must have taken a lot of decisions while you are preparing for this job. You must have left your job, or you must be preparing along with some job. You must have decided not to join the campus placement jobs you were getting, right? So you must have made a lot of decisions in your life. Now, making a decision is one part, and proving that decision is right is completely different part. So, Pavitra here is an inspiration for all of us, that whatever decision you take, you have to stand by your decision, because there are going to be n number of people who might not be your ill wishers, but because of their perspectives, or because of their way of thinking, they will say that your decision is wrong, your decision is wrong. Now it is your duty to prove that you are capable of taking the decision, and you have to prove that your decision is right. Because I think this is one issue with our generation as well, that our generation and the upcoming generation, we think that, oh no, we can take all our decisions, we should be taking all our decisions. Yes, you should be taking all your decisions, but at the same time, it is your responsibility to prove that your decisions are right. You cannot keep
Yes.
on taking wrong decisions. Yeah. So that was very inspiring, Pavitra. Now let's talk about your interview preparation. So have you started preparing for the interview right after your phase two exam, or you waited for the phase two results to be declared?
Yes, no, ma'am. Right after the phase two exam, I have concentrated upon like economic survey and recent issues. What are the recent issues undergoing by the government? Inflation was at the time peaking. So some basic concepts I'm preparing. Like this may be asked, this may be asked, or these are the points which were going at the time. And so the major topic I'm preparing. And after the result, I started preparing like my profile. I started working on my profile, like what are the questions which shall be asked based on my background, since I'm working in FCA and I'm from master's background in agriculture economics. And in that part also, the free interview guidance paid tab, which was really helpful to me at that time. And the interview transcripts from previous year students, which were shared in Telegram group. These are also
Hmm.
really helpful.
Okay. So that is how you prepared for your interview. So when was your real interview? On which date your
My
interview
interview
happened?
was on January 31st. Exactly.
31st January. And
Yes.
in which RO your interview took place?
Chennai, NABARD RO Chennai.
Sorry, I couldn't get your answer right. Can you please repeat it?
RO Chennai, ma'am.
Chennai
Chennai
RO.
regional
Oh,
office. Yeah.
okay. Okay. So, after, like, during your interview, were there any particular moments you felt that, okay, now I have hit the chord right? Now my answer has been really impressive.
No, ma'am. Actually, the last time when I gave the interview, I have a much of confidence. Like we have done so much good. So at this time we will be get selected. But no, we got in the wait list, not selected. So I was always cautious. Like no, how much better we perform, there is a chance we may get selected, and there is a chance we may not get selected. So the questions were also bit unexpected. Like it went to most of my academics and it shifted to like it started with cooperatives, warehouses, and then startups. Other things also they have concentrated upon. So even though I have answered every question except one, but I have this doubt like whether is it we will get it this time or not. Because last time also we were much confident like we will get into the selection, but we didn't. So that confusion we will it will retain on. And the panel members they were also like not revealing their intent. Like mostly they will remain firm. Like one
Okay.
man was very firm, and the one man was smiling, and the sir was interacting with us. So it went like that way,
Okay.
unpredictable.
Okay. So were you expect, like, as you said, you were not expecting like the results, they might go anywhere. They are very dynamic in nature. So when you got this rank this year, when you got selected this year, what were your reactions and what were your family's reactions?
So my family was actually they were very supportive in my pursuit, and but they told this is the last year you should preparing. Next year I will not give time like that. But my friends and my office mates also, all my managers and my friends, they were very supportive. Actually, they have much confidence in me. And
Hmm.
when the result came out, I was like, my hands were shivering. Like, what will be the result? Whether it be positive or not? If not, means we have to prepare for one more year, and everything will start. The cycle will start once more. So, and the result came positive. I have called my parents and everybody, and I told them like I got selected, and they are
And
happy. That's it.
what were their reactions like? They were very happy, and what they said to you?
No, my parents was like, okay, now you take care of your health. You just eat well. Don't think about anything else. Just drop it everything, and you just take care of your health. Parents will be like parents always, and
Y-
all the friends are like. Actually, my friends got excited much, and they were like, okay. And my friends who are now preparing for AFO and other things also, they were like, okay, you got selected, so we will also work for it, and this time we will also get selected.
Okay, so what you wanted to, like, you wanted to set a precedent for others, so you finally were able to do that with your result.
Yeah, somehow. But actually, everybody is working on their own way, ma'am. At some point of time, life will be like, okay, take rest, and somebody feel like, okay, we should stop somewhere without reaching the goal. Because there are many struggles in the meantime we have to endure, and each one of has different type of struggle. We can't introspect some of their life like they he didn't take any step to move forward because they might be going through some other thing also. But
Yes.
in any point of time, there is one thing like if we want something, we have to work towards it, and if we work with dedication, like we would certainly reach there at there the point at any point of time, which may not be immediately,
Mm.
but within few years or within few months, certainly we will reach there somehow.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Okay, Pavitra, that was very insightful. So, can you please, if you have to give some parting message to wrap up this interview to our audience, what it would be?
uh, to all my friends, relatives, and everybody, and who are preparing sincerely for the examination, what I want to tell is never stop at any point of the time. But we may go through lots of things, lots of advices also people will give. It may sometimes it will go at the with our thought, and sometimes it will be like we will also get confused whether we want to continue or whether we want to stop. But at each and every point of time, there will be some intent. What you want is the most important thing because at the end of the journey, this is our life, and we have to go forward in each and every phase. people who are
Correct.
telling us will not come at every point of time. So what you want means, if you want something, you just go forward and work towards it. Someday, not today or tomorrow, someday you will reach your goal. That's the thing. And that's what I want to share.
Okay, so that
Be
was very
stubborn in your
insightful.
decision.
Be
Whatever,
stubborn in your
be
decision.
stubborn.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much, Pavitra, for sharing your strategy and sharing your journey with us. That was very insightful. Thank you so much. And I wish you
Thank you.
all the
Thank
very
you.
best for your future endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you.